Hello, this is Chad. Today I'm going to show you how to install the Yale SureLock SL. Towards the end of the video, I'll also show you how to program it. You will need to remove your existing deadbolt. Typically they have just 2 screws. You undo those and then the lock will pull apart. Also, you'll need to remove the 2 screws on your latch bolt. Now let's get started. The first thing we want to do is install our latch bolt. And you just want to make sure that the arrow is pointed up, and it says up. You just want to make sure you have it oriented right. So let's go ahead and stick that in, and then we'll throw in 2 of the wood screws. Okay, now we're going to throw in the electronic unit. And you want to just make sure that the wire goes underneath the latch bolt. So you stick it in like that on the front. Then the next thing we're going to do is take our mounting plate, and I've got that upside down. And we're going to stick the wire harness through that little hole right there. And then pull it through. Next, if you notice on the mounting bracket, it has 2 posts that come out. You want to stick the posts in these 2 holes on the electronic unit. So we're just going to slide that in like that. And I'll show you a side view of this in just a minute. Now, I'm going to go ahead and throw my screws in. Now, this comes with a couple of sets, well, 3 sets of screws, and it's based on the width of your door, which screws you use. I'm using the medium ones, or the medium length ones, and it works perfect for my door. So let's go ahead and tighten these down. Also, I'm just using my other hand to hold the electronic unit so that it doesn't fall out. Once I get this in, I won't need to hold it anymore. Now, before I tighten these both all the way down, I just want to make sure everything looks straight. Just touch that a little bit. And I'll probably just move that slightly. And now I'll go ahead and cinch it down. The next thing we're going to do is put on our interior motorized assembly unit. And you just want to pull the battery cover off. Phillips screw on the top. Now these are all Phillips, so you just need a Phillips screwdriver to install this. Now we're going to hook our cable up to the mechanical assembly unit. And so what you want to do is, there's markings on the cable. I'm not sure if you can see that, but there's a little black speck right there, and it looks like gold or silver to me. And then on this, there's also a black and another color. Anyways, that's going to be the front of the cable. So you want to stick it into its little connector like that. And it can only go one way. You just want to make sure you have it the right way with those little dots on it. And you just want to make sure that that's in there. It's all good. So now I'm going to stick this tail piece, and what I want to do is make sure that this is in the center So I'm going to turn it all the way to the right, and then I'm going to do a quarter turn to the left, and I'm going to make sure that this is, hopefully this is showing the right. I can't remember on the camera if that's right or not, but hopefully it looks like it is. So I'm going to go to the right all the way, turn it a quarter turn to the left, and that's going to put it right in the center, and it makes our tail piece horizontal, and the outside piece is vertical. Now we want to just make sure that this is all the way pressed in, which it is. It's in the unlocked position, my bolt. Now I'm going to just stick that in, and I just want to make sure that it's in there. So I'm going to, before I put my screws in, I am going to turn it, and if it turns, then we know that it's connected correctly. So now I'm going to take 3 little tiny screws that I have, and I'm going to put it there, there, and at the bottom. So let's go ahead and now, if you have a network adapter, or network module, excuse me, this is where you would plug it in. I have another video that I'm going to show setting up a Z-Wave. So now I'm going to hurry up and... Sorry, I'm not very good at working and talking at the same time. I wish I was better at it. Maybe one day. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and stick my batteries in. And you could hear that it said, "Welcome to Yale Real Living." And so I put those in fast, but you want to make sure that the negative is touching the spring or the plunger on each one. So you'd orient the battery negative, positive, negative, positive at the top. Now I'm going to stick on my battery cover, and you just go straight down with it, and then you can put in the screw. One thing you want to check is just to make sure that the lock moves real smooth, locking and unlocking it. And if it does, then you can move on to the next step. If it doesn't, then you probably want to check and make sure that the back set's lined up and that you have the strike plate in correctly. Now, I haven't changed the strike plate on mine, so this is one thing you need to put in unless your other one works perfect. They installed the wrong kind on mine originally, and if I put this in, then it's going to look kind of funny right there because the wood has been cut for it. So I'm going to leave mine in place, but if you need to, you should stick in your strike plate, just 2 wood screws in like that. Okay, now for programming. We're going to go ahead and set up the master code, and this does a really good job of walking you through. So, going to wake it up.
Register master code. Press the gear key to continue.
It wants me to hit the gear key.
Enter a 4 to 8 digit PIN code.
Now
Press the gear key to continue.
I'm going to hit an 8-digit PIN code. Real easy. Don't use this one. This is only demonstration purposes. Now I'm going to hit the gear. Now it should show me them in the order I put them in.
Registered. Factory reset completed. Touch the keypad for handing lock.
Okay, so now it's going to test the bolt. I'm going to touch the keypad. and it shows that our bolt is working good.
Completed.
Now we can go ahead and set up our first pin code. We're going to type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Our master code. Hit the
Menu
gear
mode.
key.
Enter number.
Now
Press the gear key to continue.
we're going to hit number 2. That's so you can add in a pin number. So we'll hit
Register
2.
user code. Press the gear key.
And
Press
now
1 to register a code. Press 3 to delete a code.
now we're going to hit 1 to register.
Register user code. Press the gear key to continue.
We'll hit the gear key.
PIN code registration.
Now-
Enter a 4 to 8 digit PIN code.
Now I'm
Press
going
the
to
gear
use,
key to continue.
well, apparently I should just let her do the talking instead of me. So now it's putting it in.
Registered. Press the check key to complete.
I'm
Press
gonna-
the gear key to continue.
I'm going to hit the gear key. Now if I wanted to put in another one, I could do that.
Completed.
Now I'm all set. I have my first user in, and I can go through, put up another user, and then you saw where we could delete the user. So anyways, now we're ready to use this. So I'm going to wake it up, and I'm going to put in my PIN code, hit the check button, and it just unlocked. Hopefully this helps. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I have other videos on locks and doorbells and all kinds of stuff. And we'll see you on the next video.